All right, I'll wait till a few people come in. I'm just going out to the barn to do my afternoon chores. So if you're just joining me, don't forget that whole thumbs up thing. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. We're on our way to 3,000 subscribers. Trying to get the channel out there. All right, we'll give it a few more minutes. So we got some people come in. So I was just going to have a chat about the nationals from last week. The sheep have ruined another panel on me. Sheep, always breaking stuff. Oh, they're in here. I saw them in here earlier. Oh well. Okay. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Just waiting for a few people to come in and then we can have a chat about our national championships last week. That's what the photo's from. Oops, let me just switch up here. Everything's coming loose. There we go. Hello. Thanks for coming. All right. Is everything on? Everything's on. Okay. So we need to have a chat while I clean the stalls because I gotta be out here anyway, so might as well have a chat. Alrighty. Hi, baby. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Oh no, I got you some carrots. Just a minute. Just gonna eat the handle on the. Eating the handle. Anyway, we're gonna move you over here so you can see what we're doing. Alright. Slip that up a little bit. Hi there. So this is Duende. That is Duende. He's my baby horse. Oh, a whole bunch of people just jumped on. Well, thanks for coming. Don't forget the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 3,000. And last week we were at Nationals, so I was just going to come on here and talk a little bit about our showing at Nationals last week. So we had a very good show. We had 6 tests that we rode last week on Oreo, who's in the other stall, and giving him some carrots so that way he doesn't annoy me when I'm trying to clean his stall. So anyway, so last week was a really good show. We learned a lot. My trainer made a bunch of changes to the way we were riding, and it really paid off. We ended up getting some very good scores. So that was really exciting. And yeah, you can see what I'm doing. So if you have any questions about what we were doing at Nationals last week, let me know. But so anyway, we changed the tempo, slowed it down to like almost a walk. It was so slow. I was really having a hard time keeping the tempo slow, but that's what was successful. He went slow. He took bigger steps, and it calmed me down. So I was much more relaxed because it was so slow and so easygoing. So it really was productive. So I learned a lot from that, and the scores were like so much higher. I couldn't believe it. Like even when we completely screwed up, we still scored 60%. You know, so which is really good for dressage. Hi there. Thanks for coming. Don't forget the thumbs up. Oh, you're from India. Well, hello from India. Oops, don't knock my car. That's my yearling. He's a baby. Well, he'll be actually 2 years old next week. he's a baby. He's a baby horse. So anyway, I was talking about nationals last week. So we showed at the National Championships, California Dressage Society Horse of the Year competition that we qualified for. And just at training level, because Oreo is still young and he's still developing. And we're still getting it together as to how to show him and what tempo and so on and so forth. You're not being helpful. You're in the way. You're in the way. Baby horse is in the way. Yes, you are. Get out of the way. So anyway, that's what we did last week. If you haven't seen the video, I posted the video on my channel this morning. It's a long one, but it'll show you everything that we did last week at National. You might find it interesting if you've never been to a horse show. Hey, stop. So it was hard to vlog like every day, and you know, we had so much going on. And on Friday I put in 29,000 steps. I was so tired. So vlogging was really not a huge priority. It was more of making sure my horse was prepared. And hey, don't eat me. Hang on a second here. I'm going to get spoon piles. Making sure the horse was taken care of, that the horse was, you know, prepared and ready, helping our teammates, because there's a group of us. I'm not ready to scratch. He comes over when he wants scratches, and I'm not ready to do scratches yet. I have to be done first, and then you get scratches. So he has priorities. I know. You gotta have your scratches. So yeah, and you know, there were some ups and downs. I don't want to give away too much about what's in the video, but if you watch the video, like I said, it's long, but it'll go through all the ups and downs that we had last week. It didn't start off fantastic, but you know, it went up and down from there, literally. And so it was our first national championships together. The only other championship I've done was with Sport Horse National and with my Arabian. That was in 2020, I think it was in 2020, 2021. No, I think it was in 2020. It's before, or right during COVID, actually. So that's the only other high-profile show that I've ever done. North Carolina, super. It's evening there. Is that Jinx and Letitia? Hi, I'm in Northern California, and that is my baby horse, Duende. Hi, Gary. Thanks for joining us. So that's Duende. I'm going to try to flip over the manure cart. I'm going to have to move it. Because Duende is a baby horse. And baby horses, yes, baby horses get in trouble. Yes, that's not your carrot. That one belongs to Oreo. So now we're going to get Oreo. Oreo is much more polite in the cleaning department than the baby. There's Oreo. And he's after his carrot. So I'm going to throw that in for him here. All right, put you down there for a second. So anyway, I was just talking about nationals last week. So if you haven't had a chance, go watch the video. I have all of my rides are in there, all of my recorded rides. There's 6 of them. And all of the kind of ups and downs that happened during the week. Because, you know, it wasn't all great. Unfixer, whatever. Oh, whatever. Thank you. Yes, he's a beautiful horse. He is a pure race Spanish, PRE, or PRE Andalusian. A lot of people call them Andalusians here. Oh, there goes my rake. Oh, don't eat my rake. Don't eat my rake. Yeah, so he is a pure Spanish horse. The Spanish horses are much easier to ride. They're much better on my back, especially for older people like me. The warm bloods have a lot of suspension, so like when you sit on a warm blood, the back goes up and down quite a lot, so your back is getting jammed, and it's quite painful. So these guys, the Spanish horses, have a much smoother gait. They don't have quite as much suspension in the body when they move. The legs. Excuse you. I want to see what the racket's about. He's rubbing his head. He's rubbing his mane out is what he's doing. He's got itchies, and he's rubbing his mane out, which is naughty. But anyway, so yeah, they're much easier to sit on for sport, and they have much better temperament, although Oreo is actually fairly hot, meaning that he can be quite reactionary at times and explosive at times. But when he's calm and he's working really well, he's fantastic. The hotness actually will serve him well when we get into the more advanced work in dressage, like the more collection work, like the piaffe passage and the pirouettes and that sort of thing. That's going to be his specialty, is all the collection. And actually, if you watch the video from Nationals, you'll see we were struggling with our walk scores, and a lot of that is because we've been working on collection in the training. And when you work on the collection, it makes your walk go bad. And so I should have stopped working on collection a few weeks earlier before Nationals, but we live and learn. It was our first National together, so we learned a lot. And we were actually competitive in several of the classes. I made some dumb mistakes, but you know, a lot of it was because you just get overwhelmed. You know, your brain gets a bit overwhelmed, and then it's like I was supposed to do what, where, and how was I supposed to do it? And we made a bunch of changes. So we made a bunch of changes in the training, like in warm up, like 5 minutes before we went in the arena. It's like we changed this, we changed that, and then I go in there to ride it, and the way I've been riding it in practice is different than the way we're riding it now in the test. So it was a bit overwhelming at times, but we did good. I mean, I was very proud of the work that we did, and that was nice. Yeah, these guys are younger, so yeah. Duende likes the attention, so when I'm done with his cleaning, he expects scratches, and I neglected to give him his scratches. Yes, I know. And he would like to give me scratches back, but that's not something that I would like because they use their teeth. So I decline the mutual grooming. I would rather not have the teeth. But it's lovely today. We're in the 80s today, so it's fantastic. Now it's gonna be hot on Friday. We've got a lesson in the morning because we're gonna start back. So the Nationals was the end of our season, our show season for 25, and then now we're starting on the 26 season. So that starts in October. So we have about 3 weeks, and then we start showing first level. Oops, sorry about that. We start showing first level in about 3 weeks, and we're going to start getting our qualifying scores for next year's Nationals. So that's what we're doing. We're working on regional and national qualifications, and we want to get them early in the year so that way we can polish up the work over the summer before nationals, so we can be more competitive. And we'll be doing first level and hopefully second level next year. I want to do 2 tests. So that's kind of the goal. Right now we're still sitting second for the breed award. So there's also a breed award. You need 8 tests, 2 of which are at the highest level, the third test of the level. So we've got way more than that because we showed a lot this year, trying to get the horse seasoned and trying to improve our riding. So we did a lot of tests this year. So anyway, we're sitting second. I don't know if they've finished calculating all the scores from nationals yet or not. It looked like they were missing a couple of my tests. So hopefully they'll be done soon and I'll find out. I was hoping to be able to bump up to first place. That'd be nice. The second place in the breed award would be great too. So that would be nice. But so that was kind of my focus. Whoops, that was my focus this year, was the breed award and regionals, and then nationals. We qualified for it as well. So we did the regionals, we did the nationals, and then so far we're sitting second with the breed award. So I would call that a successful year. Oops, he's banging on something in here. What? You already got your carrots. I already gave you your carrots. Anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. But I just thought, hey, if you haven't seen the video that I put together that went public this morning from our nationals last week, make sure you get over there and watch it. Let me know what you think. It's long because it has the whole week in one video, so it is long. And I know a lot of people don't like long videos, but I just figured it flowed better if I just put it all in one video. So that's what I did, and let me know what you think. It's Duende over there. He's very interested in everything. And the noise you hear behind me, this is the evaporative cooler. So they have a cooler in the barn to keep them comfortable, because you know, I don't like it being hot outside either. So anyway, but yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are. If you're new here, please make sure you give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that way you don't miss any of our videos. After this video on the nationals, we're going to be back to our regular training videos. I'll be doing something different with training, kind of showing you the progression of where we're at with how he's developing more into first and second level in the next few months. We do take a break. Hi, Peter. We do take a break from showing December and most of January, and we start showing again the end of January. Hi, Nancy. Thanks for coming. Make sure you do the thumbs up thing and the subscribe. And if you haven't looked, go check out my channel and watch the video from Nationals from last week. So you can see, you know, how the show went and how the horses went and kind of the ups and downs of all the stuff that happened, because, you know, stuff happens at the show. So anyway, that would be great if you'd look at that, and then put some comments. Let me know what you think of the video. If you like the format and you don't like the format, let me know. I do have companies reaching out to me to try some products. They're asking for Instagram videos, so I'll be doing some of that. So as the channel gets a little bit larger, I'm going to take advantage of some of these offers from companies for short video clips here and there. It's just because the YouTube channel is not monetized. It is very difficult to get. It's very difficult to get monetized on YouTube, the way they have the algorithm set up. So it really relies on, you know, people commenting, engagement, hitting the thumbs up, subscribing, sharing the videos. So a lot of that type of interaction is what helps the videos. And I don't know, maybe I haven't done a good enough job in promoting my stuff, because I just, you know, I do the videos for my own purpose, to follow my training, and to watch, to see how my horse is developing. It's really good when you go back to, like, when I purchased Oreo in 21, and you see where he was at as a yearling, and he was pretty feral, and he, you know, and then to see where he's at now as a 5-year-old, and he's competing at nationals and regionals, and it's quite a huge leap from where he was when I got him to where he is now. And then in the next few years, to when he goes up the levels into hopefully the advanced classes, the FEI classes, that'll be really awesome. So you can kind of look back at his progression. It's not linear. We've had a lot of setbacks, but then we've had some success. So it's been fun. So anyway, if you get a chance, check out my nationals video. And now my coach. So if you see the image when you came in for my video, that's a picture we took at the end of the show before we packed up to head out. So my coach is a 23-year-old. He's riding and competing in the under 25 classes. He's come up through the Young Rider program. So he was in the Young Rider program. He's won that stuff at the Young Rider Championships in Michigan. He's done really well and done quite a bit of winning in Wellington. He went to Wellington, Florida the last 2 seasons. And he was at Lamplight, which is a invitation event in Chicago that he just came back from, and he did extremely well there. He's a very talented rider. He's a breeder. He does his own breeding stuff at his farm. He's very accomplished, and he's 23. So he's quite accomplished. And I was whining because I was tired on Friday. I did like 29,000 steps on Friday, and I was whining because I was tired. And he was giving me heck about it. And I said, hey, I'm nearly 3 times older than you. So then they started teasing me and called me grandma. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said anything. But, you know, they're much younger than I am. I'm the oldest. I think I'm the oldest one in the group. But we all get along really well. They're silly, they do crazy things, and we have another young rider, another 11-year-old rider that's part of our team, and her mother is like in her 40s, and so we all have a good time at the show. A lot of that stuff, I didn't video any of that silly stuff that we do. Hi! You know, because it's just silly stuff of us hanging out in between classes and just, you know, chatting and enjoying each other's company. But we're all back at it. Friday, we start back to lessons. Oreo's going to have he'll have about 4 days off, 5 days, yeah, 4 days off this week. He does better when he's in regular work. He doesn't like having time off. He gets bored. And then he gets sour, you know, when I ride. He's like, no, I'm tired. I don't want to, you know, so it's a work ethic thing with him. He prefers being ridden more often. So that's the plan. We back up to lessons on Friday. In 3 weeks' time, we have 2 shows, 4 classes. It's not going to be an overnight, which is nice because it's not that far from here. And so we'll start our fall campaign then. And we have those 2 shows in October. Then we've got 2 shows in November, which one of them is an overnight. And then we're done until the end of January, and then we start up again. So we have the end of January, March, April, May, and then we have the regionals, which were in June. They should be in June this year. So we'll have regionals in June and then nationals in September again. So, and it'll be for another level. It'll be for a higher level. And if we can do first and second, I'm going to do both. But for right now, we're just shooting for first level for nationals and regional next year. So, yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I was really happy with the way he was going so well in the show. It was just easy. And that's what you want. The whole thing with dressage is you want it to look easy. The easier it looks, the more simple it looks, the more it's going to score because you're doing everything the right way. if you're struggling and it looks tense and it looks like you're really having a hard time and you're really kind of forcing things to happen, obviously you're going to have a lower score. So just from, you know, looking from the outside in. But anyway, thanks for coming. I don't know what, I think he's playing with his, so I got him these lickets, and he was playing with it the whole time at the show. You'll see it in the video. And he's already devoured it, and it's up there. He's already devoured it, but he's still playing with it, so that's funny. And he's already devoured his too. It's up there. He's destroyed it yesterday. So, but if you don't know who this is Mr. Duende. Yes, this is Duende. He is going to be 2 years old. Yes, you're going to be 2 years old next week on the 3rd of October. Yes, he's just a baby horse. Got big baby horse teeth. He got himself a boo-boo the other day. He cast himself in a paddock. We just put new sand in, and then for whatever reason he laid down next to the center panels and got himself stuck. And I got him unstuck, and then later in the day he got himself stuck again. He got a little scratch, but otherwise he's fine. And then this is Oreo. He's 5 years old, and he's the one that we're currently competing. Yes. And yes, he is smaller than the baby. Yeah, he's only about 15, 2 hands, and Duende is over 16. So Duende is going to be much larger than Oreo. Yes. And Duende is much calmer. He's not as hot as Oreo. When he cast himself out there, he just laid there like, oh, that's a bummer. And I told him, wait, because I didn't want him to panic and hurt himself. And he just laid there. And then because he's so big, it took my husband and I both to roll him back over. You put rope on the leg and you roll him back over so he can get up. And so we did that. The second time he cast himself, we were up in town. We were on our way back when I saw it on the cameras, and he got himself out. So, and he was just standing there like no big deal. So everything for Duende is like, no big deal. He's chill. He just goes with the flow. So very different personalities between the two boys. So, but anyway, yeah, if you don't have anything, I don't need to just sit here and blabber on. No, we do not do mares here. The only girls we have here are sheep and donkeys. And chickens. Sheep, donkeys, and chickens. And I have one girl cat. Let's see, these are the sheep, and she is in season, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 boys chasing the poor thing around. So yep, we're about done with, oh, they're just going to breed each other because they're just, yeah, they're pigs. So yeah, these are the sheep, and they're all, you know, being ridiculous, and they're making more sheep. Oh, and there's my donkeys. My donkeys are down there. They're trying to stay away from the sheep. They can't be bothered. They're down there in the paddock. So, and they're just going to chase her around. Poor thing. They were doing this to one of my other ewes the other day, and they're just too many rams. I do have people that were inquiring about rams while I was at the show, so hopefully we'll have a few of them moved on. That will be nice. But yeah, right now we just, too many rams. I have 3 main rams, but I've got 2 yearlings that are trying to participate in the breeding this year too. They need to go. Anyway, so yeah, if you get a chance, really appreciate it if you watch the video from Nationals, make comments, hit the like button, share. That'd be great. You know, if you kind of like the video or whatever, go ahead and share it with some of your friends and family, and let's try to see if we can get the channel to 3,000. So anyway, I'm gonna go back in the house and chill out. My chores out here are done. The only other thing I have to do is pick up eggs in the evening. I've got one chicken that's sitting on the nest. She's brooding. She's trying to hatch her eggs, which isn't going to happen because we don't have a rooster. but you can't tell her anything. You know, it's chickens. But anyway, so I really appreciate you coming, and I hope you enjoyed watching some of our evening chores and, you know, listening to me chat about nationals from last week. So, and yeah, I'll try to do a live this weekend, depending on weather. I think it's going to be okay, so I might do a live on Saturday. I usually do lives on Saturdays, but it looks like there's quite a few people online right now, so I'm glad you stopped by. And yeah, make sure you do the like thing, the subscribe thing, and make sure you watch my video. Yes, it's long. Watch what you can. You can skip through if you need to, but tell me which ride you thought was my best, and let's see what we can do on the video. But yeah, I'm really excited about the video. It took me a couple hours to put it together. It took me a couple hours to find all the footage because everybody had different. I had other people had recordings and then they had to send them to me. And anyway, so it's quite a bit of work involved. Is that Kuya? Morning, amiga. Yeah, it's Buenos tardes right here. All right. Thanks for coming. I'm going to take off, and I appreciate you coming, and make sure you check out my video. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.